Stadium and played the United States military baseball team.
Oh wow!
And we had a outstanding crowd there. I think President George Bush Sr. he started that program through the military, and it's been carried on from that point on. And we were very lucky to play those guys. This was our third time playing them, and we beat them once and they beat us twice, but again we couldn't get them on our schedule for this year. But this year the Charlotte Crushers will be hosting our annual league tournament July the 7th at 6:30 again at Victory Christian School.
That's what's up, man. Do you feel that baseball is becoming more global like basketball?
Yes, yeah. You're going into places that I never thought of, like South Africa.
Oh, wow.
Playing baseball there. You're always going to have baseball in the islands,
Yeah.
Venezuela, Dominican, yeah, I have brain lapse there. And so now you've got places across the ocean that's playing baseball, and those kids are really enjoying it, and the countries are starting to enjoy it. So.
Now, I have a question. What are your thoughts about the World Baseball Classic?
I love it.
Yeah, I
love it.
Same here. I feel it's getting a global look at baseball, getting more people in tune with the sport, I've noticed.
And that's what you want. You want that type of atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
Like Steele said, that you just don't want it to be boring. You've got to have some kind of fan activities going on. And if you see that in Puerto Rico,
Mm-hmm.
you're seeing something's going on every time in the stands.
Mm-hmm.
You're looking at Japan. You seeing they having those little beaters, whatever
Yep.
they call them, beating each other, and that's going on there. That's what I like. To me, that's a World Series.
Yes.
Now, with a lot of scandals, when you talk about baseball, everybody talks about the negative parts as far as the steroid use or anything. Can you talk about how hard is it to be consistent in the game of baseball?
Well, as far as the steroid use, I think they got a good hand on it now, and they're going to make sure that everybody is being tested. They will catch you off guard.
Yep.
In order to make you, be tested, and I can't think of his name.
Cano?
Yeah, Robinson Cano. He just got what?
80 games?
80 games. That's half of his paycheck. I mean, why would you want to give up that type of money? He signed that big contract with Seattle.
Right.
So why would you want to give up that type of money just for sitting out 80 ball games? I mean, so now you got an asterisk beside your name if you hit 10, 15 home runs. So they're gonna say, well, the HGH is part of
His career now.
yeah.
Kind of like A-Rod,
Right.
Rafael Palmeiro.
Yeah, all those guys.
Yeah.
All those.
Because now you say those names, like Roger Clemens, think of ball club, you think of steroid use.
Yeah. So now you don't know if you're going to be entered in the Hall of Fame clean, and so again, Major League Baseball has done a tremendous job in cracking down on that.
And just how hard is it to be consistent in baseball? Because whether you're a pitcher, whether you're a hitter playing every day, there's all types of factors that go in to playing every day. I look at Cal Ripken, who
Most consecutive games.
Yeah, Mr. Iron Man.
Mm-hmm.
right, playing in Baltimore in the AL East against great teams. It's just like there was always a determining factor.
Yep.
And for him to be consistent like he was, you being a scout, how hard is it to just be consistent like that?
You've got to be able to put your body in. Your body has got to be ready for a 180 game schedule.
Mm-hmm.
And he puts his body through the most, I think, tremendous workout program in order to survive that you know, you're going out playing when the season first started. You're gonna in Baltimore. There's still gonna be snow on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to get your body adjusted to that again, and then you're going to go to the West Coast and play the Angels, and so now you got to get your body adjusted to 80, 90 degree weather. Same way when you go to Florida, play Tampa Bay down there. But your body has to be in such good, tremendous shape in order to survive a long, hard season.
Right.
Now I have a question. Let's get back to the major leagues. So, how do you feel about the whole tanking thing? Like, we were talking about it off the show earlier about like the Marlins, Rays always seem to trade their best players. Seem to always be in rebuild mode, in a sense.
Well, again, you know, you've got to be able to put people in the, as we say, put butts in the seats,
Mm-hmm.
because those are the people that's going to pay for it.
Yeah.
And if you've got a great minor league system, it won't be as bad. But again, you've got to be able to get some of your star players traded for other players of less value,
Mm-hmm.
if you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And those guys will be there much longer, and you won't have a player demanding more money than what he's worth.
Yes. Because I remember the whole everybody trying to follow the Stros and Cubs
Right.
formula,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel the Cubs kind of went out and got free agents in the process too.
Right. Right.
So I think a lot of teams are trying to follow that similar formula of how they got to the World Series, and
Right.
now Stros is set for the next 10 years, for example.
Exactly.
I feel
Exactly.
Cubs not so much. I feel Cubs got 5 years. So I think I see a lot of teams now trying to follow that formula. Does it come from more so scouting, the right players, they have the right GM in office as well, kind of a combination?
Yeah. Well, that also, and you got to have a good owner who can open up that checkbook.
Mm-hmm.
And the only person that I knew at that time was, you know, George Steinbrenner,
Yep.
the late George Steinbrenner. He opened up that checkbook. He wanted to win by any means necessary,
Mm-hmm.
and he opened up that checkbook, and look what happened.
Yep, definitely.
Now, and it's funny how you say that. With the way Major League Baseball is right now, who do you feel are like the best hitters in the game today?
Well, it's a lot, a lot of them out there right now. It just depends. Right now, it's too early to say right now, but team by team, I think the Yankees they're a good hitting team in the American League East. You got to watch out for the Cincinnati Reds. They've been on a kind of a little small winning streak.
Yeah.
They traded away all their good players, and Jim Riggleman, the manager there, he has found a way to win, and I think they're second or third in the National League Central.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta look at the kind of formula that he has. But again, you know, it's right now it's too early. I usually base my theory on after the All-Star break, who wants it bad enough.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Now, how do you feel about, I always say in baseball, two teams. We buy a team, i.e. the Sox and the Yankees, or we build a team like the Stros, Cubs, Rockies, who kind of build a team up. Which one do you recommend?
I would say Houston and actually Chicago.
Okay.
Cubs.
I kind of like seeing those two teams do what they did. They didn't go out and try to spank on everybody.
Right. You got to have a good farm system,
Yes.
and that's what they have. They have a good farm system.
And I just remember, I think the Angels was burned
Right.
with that at one point when they got Pujols contract. They were stuck for
For a long time, yeah.
they still are. They
They
are.
still are, yeah.
Still are.
Yeah, other than Trout, like
Right.
I read an article, somebody said they just trade Trout and just rebuild a farm system from scratch.
Right. And you know, if you put Mike Trout on the block, everybody will be after that young man.
He'll be a Yankee.
Well, that's rumors. Like I think he's a Philadelphia kid. I really can see the Philly. So he's a Philly kid.
Yeah, Yankees. My question is to you. Baseball And you're a guy that is not really big on the whole technology thing, because you know the people that's doing the technology, it can be a tad bit fabricated.
Right.
With baseball being more analytical than ever, what's your opinion on that? Because you're very big on the eye test.
Yeah.
But now with baseball going into the whole, hey, we're depending on analytics more than anything. What's your opinion about that?
Did you ever see the movie
Moneyball?
Moneyball?
Yep.
Yeah. Same thing. I would rather go out and see for myself than have someone, okay, computer guy say, okay, well we can do this with this kid. I would rather go out and physically see him and base my opinion on that.
And why? Why would you rather go physically see that?
Because you'll never know. A computer guy will only sit at his computer half the day and just get up reports from that particular kid. But me, I'll get in my car, drive 2.5 hours and actually go see this kid.
And you know, it can be factors into it too. Not
Right.
seeing a kid, it could be like bad game,
Right.
bad.
So you might tell me, hey, this kid is 6'5" and 210. Okay, I get there. This kid is probably 6'2", 240.
Mm-hmm. Like,
So
that's not what you told me.
yeah, that's exactly.
Mm-hmm.
So that way I would rather physically go out and see him.
And I mean, and this is just my personal opinion. I think like the analytics and computers is kind of killing the game. I'll give you a perfect example. I'm not a big fan of Aaron Boone being a manager. I just because he's a young guy, he depends on the analytics. I think that this was the team that Joe Girardi should have had the chance of coaching, because Joe Girardi is an eye test guy.
Yeah.
And I think one of the reasons why, and this is just my opinion, it's not gospel, one of the reasons why that he got fired was when they say, hey, we have to depend more on analytics, he just threw that out the window. He said, look, I'm not an analytics guy, I'm on the eye test.
Right.
The Yankees were one game away from the World Series. If that wasn't coming from analytics, that was just coming from him experiencing those type of situations that he had with Joe Torre,
Mm-hmm.
with Jeter, with Paul O'Neill, Bernie Williams, you know, the list goes on.
Yeah.
But I just feel like now analytics is so involved into baseball where it's even dictating situations where you can either remove a player, the best player, or you could put, quote unquote, your star player in a bad situations because of what a computer guy says.
Right. Exactly.
So it's just,
Yeah, I'm an old school guy. I was trained by an old school coach,
Mm-hmm.
and I was trained by an old school scout, and that's how it is. You know, you got these young college guys coming out, like you said, analytics guys coming out, and you know they're on the computer all the time, instead of basically going out and seeing these kids. And that's just the way I've been trained.
Because you can see it nowadays with the draft now. Some top 10 picks don't even make it.
Right, never make it.
And
Exactly.
I can name a few guys who didn't make it at all because of analytics saying they're going to be the next great Mike Trout, for example,
Right,
who's still a single A after 3 years.
right.
now, what do you feel that the young guys can learn from your generation of scouting?
Best thing to do, like I said before, go out and see face to face. You don't have to wear your paraphernalia from the club. Hey, go out and wear
T-shirt and shorts.
t-shirt and short. Keep your stopwatch in your pocket, because you should always know how to use a stopwatch. You don't even have to bring it out. You just keep it in your pocket and just stand off to the side. You don't even have to sit behind the home plate. Stand off to the side.
Yeah, because I always feel when a player, scouts come up for something, he tense up.
He tense up. Exactly.
Even professionals do it. Like, sorry, go to football. I remember the Falcons blew the Super Bowl. I didn't notice this, but all the blanks on the field at the third quarter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
You know,
when you got your owner down there.
beside Matt Ryan, like just sitting there, you know, you think, oh crap, why you down here? Oh my goodness.
Right.
So I kind of feel like, especially high school players, knowing a scout is there, they tend to try to exert themselves for no reason.
Right.
Yeah, because and that's the way baseball was for me. Like, if they wanted to clock you, somebody went out there and got the radar gun.
And look at you like, go.
Yeah, and stopwatch and all that other stuff. Now it's just like, well, you can do this at 30% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell are you talking about?
Yeah.
And you as a baseball, as a player yourself, you don't even understand half the jargon that they're even talking about. You're just like, oh, okay, well.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
Now, I just got one more question for you. I've been noticing an influx of UCL injuries. You know, a lot of players, young players getting Tommy John. Do you think that's players overworking themselves through minor leagues and college, or is it more so coaches limiting innings for them, or is it a combination?
It's a combination. You got kids who don't need Tommy John or getting Tommy John.
Okay.
And just because of that, and if you're hurt, okay, go see the trainer, go see the doctor, let them do their thing. But at one point, I think it was in, where was I? I think I was in Georgia somewhere, and a young man had just had Tommy John, and we had asked. I heard a scout ask him, he said, well, why'd you get it? He said, well, my parents wanted me to get it just because my dad wanted me to get 5-6 more miles an hour on my fastball. So that was something that, you know, I really disagree with.
Okay. Yeah, because I've seen an influx of the MLB players, you know, elbows not feeling right. All you hear is UCL. I'm like I think example of Tommy for the Angels, got a strained UCL.
Mm-hmm.
They're talking about Tommy John surgery now.
Yeah.
But he can still hit just fine.
Right.
So it's one of those, I don't think he needs it, but I mean, again, I'm not a doctor, so I've kind of seen that recent influx of players, young players, for example, getting UCL injuries a lot now.
Right.
And I always assumed was overworked, just coaches being overprotective of their investment.
And that's why now the National High School Federation has put they're going to use what we call the Little League rules, put you on a pitch count.
Okay.
And so now you're strictly on a pitch count. If you pitch under 30 pitches, you get to sit out a day. Anything over from 30 to maybe 50, sit out 2 days.
Okay.
And so now you basically put on a pitch count.
Gotcha.
What is a good age to play in the minor leagues?
To play?
Yeah.
18 to 22 maybe?
18 to 22.
Yeah.
Because you got lifelong minor league players who never come up to about 34, 35.
Exactly.
Yeah, because even in your program, and the one thing about your program I respect and admire you for is you give people an opportunity.
Yeah.
I can recall times that you've had some high school guys on your team who, they went to the wrong school or wasn't getting enough exposure at their school, and they came on your team and you showed them, you took them under the wing and you showed them the ropes. And they happened to flourish under you where they were getting the minor league interest at 16 and 17 years old. So when you come across that situation with a kid, do you tell them to go?
Well, it all depends on his situation. I'll give you a quick story here. We went and played the Bluefield Blue Jays. They're a rookie league team from the Toronto Blue Jays organization up in Bluefield, West Virginia. And Bluefield had a shortstop. His dad played professional baseball, and he was their #1 pick. And so we went and played him in an exhibition game, and my kids knew who he was. And I said, well, look, this kid is no bigger than you. He's your height, plays your same position. I said, but look how he got there. I I said he probably took the extra 15, 20 swings in the cage, stayed after practice the extra 30, 40 minutes to get his running in. I said that's the type of kid that a pro scout looks for. The ones who's there early in the morning, stays late in the evening, and who puts in that long, hard work to get there. And they beat us 6-5, bases loaded, 2 outs, bottom of the 7th, and bottom of the 9th. And the only way they beat us, my pitcher, he was a little timid, and he walked the winning run in.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And I told him, I said, now if you can do that with these guys from around the country playing professional baseball, what do you think you can do now when you go back to school in the fall? I said, now you've got this one little game under your belt, so now you can go back. So if the pressure comes to you again, you'll know how to handle it.
Wow, that's awesome. Now you got some stuff going on in the community.
Yeah, we're doing again. We're doing our annual All-Star game at Victory Christian School. Saturday, July 7th at 6:30. We have 8 teams in our league, so we'll split them up four teams per division, East and West. We will have college scouts out there. We will have Major League Baseball scouts out there for that event. And also July the 17th through the 22nd, Metropolitan Junior Baseball League, MJBL, is hosting their Black World Series over in Greensboro, North Carolina, and in Stoner White Stadium off of Battleground. And we'd like for everybody to in that area to come out. There will be, again, college coaches looking for that one particular ball player that they didn't sign. There will be some Major League Scouts there. We will have a showcase for the 19 and under division. And we would love for everybody to come out, and you can get more information on mjbl.org.
That's what's up.
Now, I know earlier we talked about college baseball as a whole. Recently, Oregon State Beavers won championship last night.
Right.
We talked about earlier the SEC being a dominant baseball conference.
Right.
You see any favorite teams for you heading to next season, or is it too early for you to tell right now?
No. I'm a SEC guy because I coached in Tennessee at Southwest Community College for a year under George Sykes out there at the former USA Stadium, and we were in the heart of SEC country. And that 1 year that I coached, man, now I saw some great baseball on the JUCO side and on the SEC side. I'm looking for I would say four teams to come back to be back in the World Series again, close to it in the Super Regionals. Vanderbilt, Florida, LSU, and hopefully South Carolina.
Yeah, and this year we had Mississippi State, A&M, and Arkansas. 3 teams. Wait, I'm sorry, 4 teams. Florida.
Yeah, Florida. Yeah,
that's right.
Florida's a good team too.
Yeah, I know working at SEC Network for 2 years. Baseball is probably a competitive sport in the SEC.
Yeah. That's basically what I tell people. That's basically minor league baseball there.
Yeah.
Because you get great ball players coming out there, especially from Vanderbilt. Dansby, who's with the Braves, and